So Mick Corrigan here from Action Coach, doing a business spotlight interview. And today I'm with David Thomas. David is the owner of David Thomas Hairdressing. Welcome, David. Great to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well, mate. Great.
Just kick off and tell us a bit about the business then.
So we've got a hairdressing salon in Penwortham on the A59, right in the middle of the community. We're hairdressers, and I've hairdressed since 1976. It's my 40th year in business, and it's a fantastic business here. It's a really great place to be.
And what's your clientele?
Our clientele is very, very mixed. We have children, we have the parents, we have teenagers, we have older people. We probably do about 10% men's hair because we're not barbers, we are hairdressers. But again, we do men's hair. So the clientele is really mixed and really inspirational, to be honest, as well, mate. We're very, very lucky here. Really nice people. Yeah.
Go on, tell us more about that.
Well, the people.
Yeah.
Well, the thing as well is I've got a chair here. This is my chair that I work at. And that chair, Mick, could tell you so many stories. Sometimes they're inspirational, sometimes they're shocking, sometimes they're hilarious, and then other times they're really moving. So, and it's because we've got a wonderful clientele. And they say as a hairdresser that you are people's psychologist, but you know what? Without the clients we have, we'd be round the bend because they are our psychologists as well, and they inspire you. It's an amazing position to be in. Yeah. So we got great clients.
I bet you hear a wide variety of stories for sure.
Oh my days, do we? I couldn't put. In fact, a friend of mine's got a production company, and he wants me to do some kind of blog thing which tells the story about the chair. We call it mirrors because obviously we don't want to call it the chair because it sounds like the electric chair, which it isn't. Yeah, that's something we're working on at the minute. But yeah, amazing people.
Good luck with that. Good luck. So, what would you say? I mean, you've obviously got a loyal customer base there as well, and a large one, I'm sure. What would you say attracts them to David Thomas, and what differentiates you from other hairdressers in the region?
Well, I think, I mean, I had 5 salons at one time, but this salon is the best salon I've ever had. And the team that I've got have worked for me a long time. One of the girls has worked for me for 25 years. So everybody in the salon is experienced. And the thing for me is we are hairdressers, but my role is to make a difference. So I want them going out looking great, obviously. But the thing for me is, and the whole team, we're together on it, we want to make a difference and we want people going out feeling fantastic. And that's what we do. You know, we have a beautiful salon, which you can probably see. The outside is beautiful. We've got lavenders when you walk in as you come up to the salon. And I do feel we are particularly unique. We have great music playing. If you ever want to come and dance to Northern Soul or Motown, that's what we do. And people come in and they say, do you know what? I could sit here all day because it's about making a difference for us. And I think that's what makes us unique. Experienced, we're good at what we do, and we want to please people. It's a joy.
Making people look great and feel great. I like that.
Yeah, that's the importance, I think. You know, people come in and you can, you know, I've got clients. We've got a client that I've done since she was 11 and I was 16, and she still comes in, you know, and I think she comes in and you know, she's family as much as clients these days, you know, but we treat them the same. You know, it's really important. Yeah, we've got great clients. Love it.
So it sounds like you've got a great business that you've established there. What does the future look like? What are the challenges ahead, and what are the opportunities?
Well, we had I had 5 salons, and then I sold 4 off, and I had one in the centre of Preston, and it was a big salon, 4,000 square feet. This salon is 1,000 square feet. We're 40% up. We've still got the same team. So for me, the future looks great. It really does. And the only challenge I think that every small business has is increased taxes. We pay a fortune in VAT because all the team here not like a lot of salons. All the team here are employed and have been for a long time. So we have big taxes. And my only concern really going forward is increased costs and expenses. However, our clients are really good. So if we have increased costs, we put our charges up, and people really don't complain. They understand, so we're very lucky on that front as well. So for me, Mick, the future, I love it. I was 64 last week. Be careful what you say. I was 64 last week, and I will not retire.
You're looking great for it. You're looking great for it.
Thank you.
There you go. I was very careful what I said.
Yeah, you thought about it as well, then, didn't you?
Brilliant. Yeah, so what have your learnings been along the way, David? You've obviously had a number of years in the industry. What have you learned about yourself and the business?
I was very lucky as well, because I've traveled the world doing seminars and hair shows and photographic work. So some years I was away 60 days. So I've worked in Australia, Germany, Italy, Holland. Yeah. And I've met some amazing people. So I'd demonstrate something, and then they would do it, and they would do it in a better way. So you learn so much. And I think that's where the business is kind of, again, going back to it, is unique. And it's been a great journey. Made a lot of mistakes, but, at one time, cash flow was tough, as it is. But I think, I've learned a lot about myself. I am creative, and I love being creative, whatever I do. And I'm a hard worker. And the salon for me doesn't feel like work anymore. It just feels like a joy. Even though some days I'll do a 12-hour day, and working with great people. My team are amazing, Mick. Honestly, they're fantastic. And as I said before, the clients are great. So yeah, it's good, really good.
So you're self-actualizing, as Maslow would say. Self-actualizing works every day is a joy.
Yeah, it is. And the thing is, do you know how I ended up hairdressing? I ended up hairdressing because in 1975, the careers teacher said to me, what do you want to do for work, Thomas? And I went, I want to be a solicitor, because I wanted a nice house and a nice car. My dad was a policeman and his friend was a solicitor. And do you know what he said to me? He said, "You're too thick, Thomas. Get yourself to Blackburn Tech." So I went to Blackburn Tech. I didn't want to be a mechanic, didn't want to be a joiner, didn't want plastering. And I went in the hairdressing department. It was full of nice looking girls, disco fever on. And I thought, this is it. And then the environment was great. And then it's not easy being a boy to learn to cut hair, but the more you do, the better you get. It's not a talent. It's something that you learn, isn't it?
I think, absolutely.
And the more you do, and the more good people you work with and surround yourself by, and you get those opportunities, you take them, don't you? I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah.
You mentioned there, David, that you've made a few mistakes along the way. With the benefit of hindsight, knowing what you now know, what might you have done differently?
Well, when I expanded, I opened a salon in Leyland, and 18 months later, I opened a salon in Chorley. Then I opened a salon in Preston, and then the recession hit, and it was a nightmare. But then we got back on track, and then I decided to franchise the salons. So I franchised 4 of them. But I think the biggest mistake I made was not having a business manager. Because whilst I'm a hairdresser and I'm all right in one unit, if you've got multiple sites, we had 5. We had Leyland, Chorley, Preston, Wrightington Country Club, and Lytham. I couldn't manage them. I wasn't skilled to do that. So that's my biggest regret, not having a business manager that works alongside me, running the business for me.
Good. So with that learning, what would your advice be to other people that might be taking the same journey?
Well, I think one salon with a good team who you can constantly motivate, make sure that they're all right. People say, what's the most important part of your business? And the most important part of the business is the team, because if they're good at what they do and they're happy and they're well looked after, as in payments and good surroundings, they're always going to deliver. So the thing for me is, I would say to anybody, stick with one business that you're in, and you can help your team. And really, looking back, whilst it was a fun journey, it was a bit chaotic. But yeah.
So not only are your customers leaving feeling great, but your staff are too.
Oh, honestly, mate, they're great. We have such good times. We are controlled and we're very disciplined with what we do. We're not silly, but we have a good time. You know, they're like family. You know, when they've worked for you for 20 odd years, they are like family. You spend a lot of time with them. So yeah, they're really good people. Yeah. But
well, keep having a good time, David, and I wish you well for the future.
Yeah, and it's really good to meet you. And thanks for the opportunity, mate. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.